my short time, compared to many of you watching this video, of being a football fan, I have come to accept that football can be the cruelest, but it can also be the most wonderful sport in the world. And in the midst of that yin and yang, somehow, some way, it can go right back to being the cruelest thing again. That was what today's match was like against Man United for Liverpool. The cruelest game you could watch, the most ugly, the most rage-inducing, to the most hyped, immaculate vibes you could feel, back to being the cruelest thing you have ever watched. And the only, while incredibly messed up and demented analogy I can come up with it is like kicking a puppy. Think of the cutest puppy you have ever seen. Your favorite dog breed, whatever. Think about that puppy. You are watching somebody walk by and they see said puppy. And before you can even say anything like, "Aw, he's gonna go pet the puppy," the person you are watching is proceeding to kick said puppy. And after that puppy goes a couple of feet, and you feel the anger and emotion deep inside you, like, why would you kick this puppy? The individual you are watching at a park bench somewhere, or whatever the fuck, goes to pick up the puppy, caress it, apologize to it, tell it didn't mean to do it any harm. And just as you calm down and you relax a little bit, the guy kicks the puppy about 45 yards like a NFL kicker for a game-winning field goal. Now, again, you might be asking yourself, why are you talking about kicking puppies, you sick bastard? Listen to me. Here's where the analogy gets a little too real. That puppy is us, the fan base of Liverpool Football Club. We are the puppy being kicked around, and the person doing the kicking is both simultaneously Liverpool Football Club and the opposing sides that face us. Because that is exactly how I felt over the course of watching this game. Like a puppy getting kicked around for no goddamn reason. I have no energy anymore, man. A loss like that just hurts your soul. And it's even worse is because after the loss, my buddy Mike, who I talked about last video, proceeds to rub it in my face. Tells me, haha, fuck Liverpool. Haha, Liverpool our ass. Haha, we got Champions League football. Man, fuck you. Fuck you. You guys ain't won shit in years. Now all of a sudden you're hyping up being third place. Congratulations. Like, cool. We've been ass all season and somehow we still find ourselves a place behind you. Give me a fucking break, will you? Let's just go over the stats, man, because looking at the stats, it just makes me sick. United had 17 shots on goal to our 12. They had 5 shots on target to our 4. 3 of those were goals, clearly. Liverpool had 61% possession compared to United's 39. And we had about 150 more passes. But gee, I wonder, why are we passing so much compared to United? Because unlike United, Liverpool decided that when they tried to press, they just pass the ball to death trying to find opportunities when there are clearly none there. And they let the defense settle in a little bit, thus creating a never-ending slog of pass game. The most miserable thing you can ever watch, if I'm being honest. But hey, our pass accuracy was 88%, right? Fuck out of here. A lot of fouls were given this match. 12-11 in favor of Liverpool, as if that really tells us anything. 2 yellow cards were given. No red cards were given, shockingly, over the course of the match. And 3 corners to 2 in favor of United. This is a new low. This is what Liverpool Football Club is going to be for the foreseeable future. And while other clubs have done the right thing and gotten better, we have decided to stay virtually the exact same. To literally the similar result every single time. Horrific draw, demoralizing loss, maybe a fuck-off win every now and again, but then a humiliating draw against the lower team, so on and so forth. Probably the worst thing about all of this was that we didn't have Alexander Isak. Now, in today's video, or the video that uploaded as the game was going on, I made the point that Isak could be in the front striking position. I would have preferred that. What I did not know was that in the background, news was swirling that Isak was injured. Now, I had seen those reports not too long after I recorded that video. Keep in mind, these reports came out or started to come out after I recorded that video that day, before it was uploaded. Then it was uploaded the following day by FanArch. So as the video got released, it was already confirmed and set in stone that Isak was not going to play at all. And what might be the reason? It seems as though it was because of a groin injury that has been allegedly plaguing him for the better part of his football career. So much so that fans of the sport question why he just hasn't gotten surgery. It seems as though that he has issues with it every season, according to one person I saw online. Now, what else I don't understand is, how did this groin injury come to be? For a while, Isak was relatively fine. But now you tell me, in one of the biggest games of the season, to cement some sort of positive place in the Premier League, he acquires a training injury to his groin. What is going on with this club with these injuries in training? It was talked about that Kirkez had a potential injury that might keep him out for at least a good portion of the match. He may have subbed on, but clearly that wasn't the case. And because of this news with Isak, our entire lineup was completely fucked. Like, let me tell you what this lineup was. Cody Gakpo was in the striking position. Behind him was Verts, Szoboszlai, and Frimpong. Arguably one of the worst placements I have ever seen Frimpong have. Why was he there and not Jones? I have no idea. Behind them was McAllister and Gravenberch. Okay, 2 guys that I can see being in that position. Behind them was Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, and Jones, with Woodman in net. And it wasn't too long after, of course, that in the 59th minute, Kirkez came on. So Kirkez, in fact, did come on later in the game, despite having a small training injury. I am appalled by this lineup. I am physically ill by said lineup. What I am probably most physically ill about is the fact that of all sources that could have reported this news, it was the Sun, which is like one of the worst news sources that that the UK has. Somehow, some way, the news of Isak got leaked to the Sun, and they were allegedly the first people to break said news before it was ever truly confirmed by Arne Slot and the coaching staff, which they wouldn't have talked about until the day of the game, mind you. So imagine if we didn't have this news of the Sun coming out and saying Isak is injured. Now we have to wait until literally hours before the game for Slot to say, oh yeah, Isak isn't playing today because he has a groin injury that he picked up in training. Like, this makes any fucking sense. So either way, the fan base was going to be pissed about that. But whoever leaked that shit, they got to find them. Because why is the Sun breaking that fucking news? Isn't the Sun the same news source, I see that very loosely in air quotes, that Johnny Depp was like suing a couple of years ago with his whole ordeal that was going on? Like, isn't like the Sun notoriously like a tabloid bullshit reporting, business? How the fuck did they get news about Alexander Isak being injured? I cannot fathom that. I also can't fathom the fact that they fucking released it when I already fucking recorded and had the video ready to be posted. Like, that's what I'm pissed about. Like, well, geez, you could have fucking confirmed that hours beforehand? But whatever. I rest my case. Still bullshit, just like our defense. You mean to tell me this is what we call a defense? What the fuck was going on in that first 15 minutes of the game? Mateus Cunha scored a goal in the 6th minute that was unfathomable. Like, how did we even let that happen? And the only reason the goal even happened, I believe, in the first place was because of McAllister. The ball hit up against him, and because the ball hit against him, it ricocheted to the point where Freddie Woodman, who I don't entirely blame for today's loss, mind you. I know Woodman gave up 3 goals, but to be honest with you, are we really going to blame Freddie Woodman for something the defense should have had covered? No. Granted, could have done better, but what else is he going to do? And I say the same thing for all of the guys. I could say the same thing for Mamardashvili, even though I don't care for him that much. I could say the same thing for Allison, even though he's been clearly out of form this season. At the end of the day, our defense is fucking ass. And maybe that has to do with the fact that certain players are kind of out of position. It's like every time that they had a run against us, they had some sort of opportunity that was being created. And we just sat back and watched. As a matter of fact, we watched so much that we hoped that a referee VAR decision would change the mind about Šeško's goal. Which, to be honest with you, I think that was a good goal. I don't know why they took so long to confirm that it was a good goal. There's no indication in any sort of camera angle that they showed in the replay that says to us that Šeško touched the ball with his hand leading to the goal. I'm sorry, I don't see it. I want to sit here and blame VAR, but can we really be blaming VAR for the problem that the defense created? Make that make sense. I see people that were online like, oh, VAR should have given it a handball. Maybe fucking the defense should have stopped it from happening in the first place. Listen, we're lucky that we even got 2 goals because their defense was pretty shit. They made some very poor mistakes, very dumb decisions that led to Szoboszlai and Gakpo scoring today, but not nearly as dumb and poor as our defense, which consistently concedes goals early on in a match. And that is a problem that has yet to be fixed, and that is a problem that has landed us in the position we are right now. A wise man once said the numbers don't lie, and they spell trouble for you at sacrifice. Scott Steiner, TNA, look it up. Fantastic promo. Well, the numbers don't lie, Arne Slot, and they spell you should be sacked. United have their first double over us in a decade. You want to know who stopped that from happening for a while? Gee, I wonder. Some incredibly charismatic German by the name of Jurgen Klopp that just prevented them from winning 2 games in a season against us for a long time. Oh, wow. What a concept, right? Over a decade, United haven't won 2 games back-to-back against us, or for a double, I should say. City got their first double over us since 1937. Make that make sense. This is all in one season, mind you. A season of which, after a championship season. This is night and day. This is night and day catastrophe. And to make matters even worse, oh, sweet mother of God, I swear when I saw this, it made me sick to my stomach. It's here somewhere. I'm looking through the tweets I liked. Give me a moment. Any day now. It's here. I know it is. Let's see. Here we are. From, nonetheless, as ironic as this sounds, Slotaholic is the account on Twitter that I pay attention to when it comes to Liverpool because of their following. West Ham, this is a direct quote, mind you. West Ham, who are on the brink of regulation, have 19 defeats this season in all competitions. The same as Liverpool. What are those 19 defeats, you might ask? Oh, let me go all the way back down and find that list. Let's see. Crystal Palace again, Galatasaray, Chelsea, United, Brentford, Crystal Palace again, Man City, Forest, PSV, Bournemouth, Man City again, Wolves, Galatasaray, Brighton, Man City, PSG, Man United. Lot of repetition in there. I rest my case. I don't think I need to say any more. Like I said, the numbers don't lie. The stats don't lie. How this guy has a job is beyond me. A top 6 club like Liverpool years ago would have fired somebody for results like this, especially after a championship season. But alas, according to Paul Joyce, I have to go all the way back up to my tweets again. Excuse me. There was something that Paul Joyce said that was very telling. Yes. It is now clear, this is from Wilson Cox LFC, and this was a report from Paul Joyce, that Slot will not be sacked during the season, meaning any decision will come around the end of May, early June. The players appear to have lost belief, with heads visibly dropping whenever the team concedes a goal. Liverpool desperately need a new voice in the dressing room. The hierarchy must get the next appointment right. If they decide to part ways with Slot, if Liverpool sacks Slot, the incoming manager will be given time. This is not the Liverpool model to change coaches frequently. This decision cannot be wrong. I'm shocked with how this has turned out, but ultimately, it's time for a change. And it seems as though it was confirmed by Paul Joyce that the dressing room has a lack of belief in Arne Slot. Once again, do I need to say anything more? Thank you for watching Liverpool Latest today. Sorry we all had to suffer through such a horrific rivalry game. If you have a Man United fan in your life and you're a Liverpool fan, please be as far away from them as humanly possible. Unfortunately, in the age of the internet, that is virtually impossible. Just like Liverpool winning a game. So it's okay. It feels like home a little bit. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a rating, do what you got to do to help the show grow. I appreciate it. Leave a comment, give me your thoughts. What do you think? Last but not least, subscribe if you want to see more bullshit like this on a daily basis. I don't enjoy watching the games to bring you this content, but I do it because I love you, and because I never want you to walk alone in defeats like this. See you guys on the next one.